Good evening once again. We are still continuing with our topic, law of contract. We have already talked about what a contract is. We've also discussed the types of contracts. The last time we met, we discussed the essential elements of a valid contract. When you say a contract is valid, what are the principal conditions that should be available to make the contract valid? We have talked about that. We learned that the first element of a valid contract is agreement. For there to be a contract, there must be agreement. What did we say agreement was? We mentioned two important elements. We said for there to be an agreement, one party makes an offer, then the other party accepts the offer. Once an offer is made and the offer is accepted, then in law we say there is agreement, and so on and so. So we talked about the other elements. And if you remember, I indicated that we shall pick the elements one after the other and talk about them in detail. And that is what we are going to do today. Today, we will be looking at agreement. But you know, agreement has two main components, offer and acceptance. And therefore, our main focus for today or tonight is offer. So we'll be looking at offer this evening. And what will we be looking at? By the time we are through with this lesson, you should be able to define offer. When we say offer, what is it? Then we'll be looking at something that resembles offer. When you look at it, you may think that it is offer, but in law of contract, it is not called offer. We'll be looking at that. Very important. And that is invitation to treat. So we look at the difference between invitation to treat and offer. And therefore, you should be able to distinguish between invitation to treat and offer. Then you should be able to give examples of invitation to treat. Then finally, you should be able to explain at least 3 types of offer. That is what we are looking at now. Then after that, we look at some rules. In our next video, we look at the rules of offer and how offer may be terminated. So let's start. What is an offer? If somebody makes an offer, what is it? I hope you understand by now what an offer is, because in our previous video, I tried as much as possible to explain to you what an offer is. If you remember, I indicated that if I had a car and I wanted somebody to buy the car, 2 things can happen. I can make an offer to sell the car, or somebody can also make an offer to buy the car. I can put for sale there. Then somebody will come and agree to buy the car. So the person has accepted to buy the car. Or there may be a time that I may not put any for sale there. Somebody may come to me when I have not made any intention to sell the car or to make an offer to sell the car. Somebody can come to me and ask whether I will sell the car to him or her. That means the person is the one that is making the offer now. So it is not all the time that you should think that it's somebody who has something who should make the offer. Anybody can make the offer. So what is an offer? You see, today the Form 3 students wrote English language. And you know, in English language, some aspect of it, you may be given a word, and then you are asked to use another word that can replace it. Synonyms. So when you say offer, what other words can we use to replace an offer? When you make an offer, it means that you have made a proposal. So if you look at this place, I've written here proposal, proposal, P-R-O-P-O-S-A-L, proposal. So I said offer implies that there is a proposal. And if you look at, there is somebody here. So this is the one that is making the offer. So the person is making a proposal. And you know, you these days, bad boys and girls, when you say proposal, that one you understand it better. So I don't think you forget about the word proposal, because you have been proposing to the girls, the boys. Or some of you girls too have been proposing to the boys. So you understand what is meant by proposal. So an offer is a proposal. And this proposal is made by one person here to another person here. And the person who is making that proposal, which we call offer in law, the offeror. The offeror. Are you getting closer to it? Can they see the spelling of offeror? So offeror. So the one who is making the offer is called an offeror. Then the one to whom the offer was made. Now I can use offer and proposal interchangeably. So the one to whom the proposal was made is called the offeree. Offeree. Now, when the offeror makes the proposal to the offeree may or may not accept the proposal. So when the offeror makes the proposal and the offeree accepts the proposal, then it means that the offeror is bound to enter into a contract or an agreement with the offeree. And the moment he makes the offer and the offer is accepted, for example, if I made an offer to sell a car for 50,000 Ghana cedis, and you agree to buy the car, it means you have accepted to buy the car. And once I made that offer and you have accepted it, then it means that I am bound in contract. If your offer is if my offer is properly accepted, and very soon you will learn about why I said if it is properly accepted. Because at times some people may think that they are accepting your offer and it may not be proper. For example, when I said I was selling my car at 50,000 Ghana cedis, if you said you would pay 49,000 Ghana cedis, my offer has not been properly accepted. So I am not bound. And we learn about something we call counter offer. And you know that what you said is called counter offer. So now I am not bound in contract. And I may have to also accept your counter offer or not to accept it. We shall get there. So that is all that offer is. It's a proposal by one party called the offeror, indicating his willingness or her willingness to be bound in contract if the offer is properly accepted. So that is all that an offer is. Others may also not use the word proposal. They may say that it is an undertaking. By one party, so certainly the offeror, to the other party, the offeree. Either he's making a promise to sell something or to buy something. And when that undertaking is made, then you are bound in contract with the other person. If you fail to do that, if you made an offer to sell your car to somebody and the person accepted it, and you refuse to sell the car to the person can take legal action against you for breach. So we shall be looking at that one. So that is all that an offer is. What are the forms that the offer can take? Remember when we were talking about the types of contract, we talked about simple contract, and I indicated that a simple contract can be made by word of mouth, that is oral, or by written. So the two together, we said they are called express. Then it can also be implied, and I explained vividly what is meant by implied. In the same way, offer can take that same form. An offer can be oral. I am selling my car. That is oral. If I met you and then the two of us were engaged in conversation and I told you that I have a car, I want to sell the car, blah, 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 that is oral. If you went to market and you were buying tomatoes, you didn't write it. You make oral offer. So it can be oral, it can be written. At times, you may have to write whatever you want to sell, and then you post it to another person. So it can be written. It can be written. Or it can be implied. And I've explained to you what is meant by when you say it can be implied. That means by your conduct. By your conduct. And I gave you example in respect of a restaurant where you went there and then you sat down. Then you ordered for the food when you have not even asked for the menu. You have not even asked for the price. You have made an offer. And what was it? By your conduct. And that is the implied. So that is for that one. Now let's look at the types of offer. Very simple, straightforward. An offer may be specific. So we may have specific offer. We may have general or universal offer. We may have cross offer. And we may also have standing offer, which others call open offer. So these are the types of offer we'll be looking at. Specific. Now what is specific offer? Specific offer. Specific. Now when you say specific offer, it means that the offeror made that offer to a particular. So the key word here is a particular. Specific. So we are looking at specific offer. So you made the offer to a particular person or a particular group of persons. So it can be a particular person, Kofi, or a particular group of persons, one business A class. That is a specific offer. So if you make an offer to a specific person, or a particular person, or a definite person, then it means you have made a specific offer. And listen, once you make a specific offer, then it means that nobody apart from that specific person or that particular group of persons who can accept that offer. So if an offer is a specific offer, for example, if I made an offer to you to weed my garden, then you are the only one who should weed the garden, not another person. So if I wake up the next day and somebody comes to tell me that he had cleared the garden, so I should pay the person. I will not pay the person any money because I did not make that offer to that person. I made it to you, a definite person. I made it to you, a particular person. So no other person can accept it. So let us note that one. And if it was to a particular group of persons, then that one to no other group can accept it. For example, if you have a band and I wanted to engage you to have a live program for me, that is a group. No other group of persons can accept it. So that is that. The other one, general offer. That one, you remember, we have learned about unilateral contract, and that is where unilateral contract comes in. General offer. What is a general offer? A general offer or universal offer is when the offer is made to the general public. Like we learned under unilateral contract. If your item was missing and then you went to an FM station to announce that whoever finds the item and returns it would be given 500 Ghana cedis, then it means that you have made a general offer. You have made a universal offer. And in this case, who can accept it? Here, because it was not to a particular person, because it was not to a definite person, because it was not to a particular group of persons, anybody can accept it. And how does the person accept it? When the person finds the missing item, the person has accepted it. So anyone who finds it should be given the reward. And that was what happened in the case between Mrs. Carlyle and the Carbolic Smoke Ball Company Limited. When they made that general offer, when they made that universal offer, the woman bought the soap, used the soap as stipulated, but so she contracted the influenza. The company didn't want to pay the money. What happened? The court said, no, you made a general offer. And that means there was a unilateral contract. And so she had accepted it by using the soap. And that's why they had to pay her the amount. So that is for the general offer. The next one is cross offer. Cross. When you say one thing and another thing, they have cross. That is it. Cross offer. What is it? Now, it is very difficult, but not impossible for cross offer to happen. It is very difficult to happen, but it's not impossible. So listen attentively what cross offer is. When you say cross offer, you see, let me give an example, and then after that you understand it, and I will explain. Assuming I had a car and I wanted to sell the car, okay. So I wrote a letter to somebody in Kumasi. Let's say I am A. So this whole line from here, that is the A. So I'm this one. Then I had a car and I wanted to sell the car. So I wrote a letter. I went to post office to post the letter. Not knowing at the same time I was writing the letter to sell the car to B. B was also writing a letter to buy the car. I was ignorant of the fact that B was writing a letter to buy the car. And B2 was ignorant of the fact that I was writing a letter to sell the car. So at the same time I was writing the letter to sell the car, B was also writing a letter to buy the car. So we put our letters in envelope, then we posted the letter at the same time. So whilst my letter of offer was going, that is offer to sell, B2 had written a letter of offer to buy. So the two offers crossed each other. The two offers crossed each other. So when I received the letter of offer to sell my car to the person, B also received my letter of offer to buy my car. So at this point, we say it is cross offer. And that because the two offers have crossed each other, there is no offer. So in cross offer, it means there is no offer. Because you are making an offer, I'm also making an offer. So who is going to accept? One offer cannot be changed to acceptance. B's offer cannot be changed into acceptance. My offer cannot be changed into acceptance. So at this point, if you still want to engage in contract, then one should withdraw his offer and accept. So either I would withdraw my offer to sell my car to the person or to B, and then I will accept B's offer to buy my car. Or B has to withdraw his offer to buy my car, and then he accepts my offer to sell the car. So I hope you have understood what a cross offer is. So I said this one is made at this when the offer is made at the same time in ignorance of each other. In ignorance of each other. You didn't know that I was making the offer. I didn't know that you were making the offer. And remember, this type of offer will happen only when the offer is written and it is posted, because there is no way if we were together face to face it can happen. The two of us cannot stand. And then whilst I was talking that I was selling my car, you were also talking that you are buying my car. You know, it is impossible for that one to happen. We met. Then the two of us opened our mouth at the same time. Whilst I was talking telling you that I was selling my car, you also tell me that you were buying my car. It is impossible. Don't let me even say it is difficult. It is impossible for that to happen. It will usually happen when we do that through the post. And we shall learn about the postal rule somewhere along the line. So take note of that. So I hope you have now understood what a cross offer is. The next one is standing offer. Very simple. The word standing is not new to you. You remember when we were talking about planning? Standing plans. So you understand the concept of standing. You say something is standing. So if an offer is standing, what does that mean? Okay. Now, when you make an offer to sell your car, if you have not withdrawn, if the offer is still open, that is why others call it open offer. If it is still open, when you say it is open, what does that mean? It means that at that time anybody can accept it. Okay, I'm selling my car at 50,000 Ghana cedis. Now I have said it. So long as the offer is open and anybody can accept it, that means it is standing. But if I come after 1 week and I say that this car I said I was selling, I'm no more selling the car, it means I have withdrawn that offer. It means that offer is no more existing. And if the offer is no more existing, it means it is no more standing. It means it is not open. Number two, I said I was selling the car. If somebody came and the person bought the car, it means that offer is no more open. It is no more standing. So if somebody already bought the car, if you come and say you are buying the car, by the time you said you were buying the car, the offer was not in existence. It had been terminated because somebody had bought the car. It had terminated because I have withdrawn it. So that is what standing offer or open offer is all about. So I said, when you say standing offer, it means the offer remains open for a specified period, and therefore it can be accepted by anybody. Once an offer is standing, it can be accepted by anybody. So that is for that one. So these are the types of offer that we have. But we can also have what we call express offer and implied offer. And I'm giving to you as an example, as an assignment. Go and find out. Now you understand the concept of express. You understand the concept of implied. So when we say express offer, what does that mean? When we say implied offer, what does that mean? Find out. Now let's move to our next subtopic, invitation to treat. Very simple, straightforward. Now this invitation to treat, we are talking about offer, the meaning of offer. But this invitation to treat resembles offer. It resembles it. If something resembles another thing, that means it is not it. But if you are not careful, you may think that that is it. So what is invitation to treat? It's very simple. You have done communication in your book 1. Invitation to treat is communication. That is inviting an offer. So somebody communicates. And when the person communicates, the person is not making an offer, but the person is rather inviting you to come and make an offer. When the person invites you to come and make the offer, the person may or may not accept the offer. So that is what invitation to treat is all about. It is communication. That is inviting an offer, which may or may not be accepted. When you give the examples, you understand it better. But it means you have communicated to somebody to come and make an offer. When the person comes to make the offer, you may decide to accept the person's offer or not to accept it. If you invite somebody to come and make an offer and you don't accept it, then there is nothing the person can do. If you accept it, then fine. So it means that you are not the offeror. When there is invitation to treat, it means that you are not the offeror. The one you have invited to come and make the offer becomes the offeror, and you become the offeree. And let us know that when an offer is made, it is not compulsory for the other party to accept it. The person may accept it or may not accept it. But it is only when the offer is accepted that you be held accountable. If you don't do what is expected to be done, then the person can take legal action against you. So that is what invitation to treat is all about. Let's look at examples. Number 1, price list, or what we call catalog, or display of goods in a shop's window. Please remember I said or. In exams, if they ask you to give examples of invitation to treat and you say price list, you cannot give catalog as another example. Neither can you give display of goods in a shop window as an example. So the 3: price list, catalog, display of goods in a shop window. If you write one, that is all. Even though they are not the same, they are grouped together. What is a price list? Very simple. It's a list, a sheet that has items that are being sold with the prices against it. So you go to a shop and you see something like this, a sheet like this, then they have written here price list, then they write sardine 7 cedis 50 pesos, ID mug 7 cedis 50 pesos, sugar 4 cedis. That is their price list. That is their price list. Now when you see this price list, it is not an offer. So don't think that because they have written 7 cedis 50 pesos here, then you go and then you say, I'm buying sardine. How many? 10. You pick the 10. Then you go to the desk. You want to pay. You think that you are supposed to pay 75 Ghana cedis. You went and the person said, no. It is not 75 Ghana cedis. It is 80 Ghana cedis. One is 8 cedis. You say, no. Look at your price list. Your price list says it is 7 cedis 50 pesos. The person will say, no, it is not 7 cedis 50 pesos. It is 8 cedis. You cannot say they made the offer. In law of contract, price list is not an offer. It is invitation to treat. So you go and make offer. So they are breaking their 750 pesos. You are not accepting their offer. You are going there. When you pick the sardine, you went to the person and then you were making an offer to buy the sardine. They said they will not accept the 7 cedis 50 pesos. There is nothing you can do. Either you buy or you go. You cannot take any legal action against them. Because the law says that this price list is not an offer. So they were not making an offer. It was a mere invitation to trade. That was inviting you to come and make an offer, which may or may not be accepted. They are saying that they will not accept your 750 pesos. So there is nothing you can do. Then another example, the same category is catalog. I hope you know what a catalog is. You can have the tailor's catalog. You can have the carpenter's catalog. In our part of the world, such people may not have it. But I hope you have seen a book that they have, let's say if it is furniture, beds, and other furniture inside, beautifully designed. Then they have the price there. So you see, you open that particular book, assuming this was the catalog. You open it, you see the furniture beautifully designed. It will be here, then the price will be here. Then you open another page, you see it. So you see different kinds of beds, different kinds of chairs, different kinds of all sorts of furniture will be there with their prices. That is a catalog. When you see this catalog with the price there and you go to the person, for example, assuming you saw this catalog in Kumasi and it is something that is in, let's say, even London, and you want to order it. What is here is, let's say, 1,000 pounds. Then you are ready to buy it. You made the order and they said that no, it is not 1,000 pounds, it is 1,200 pounds. You cannot say no. Look at your catalog. Page 7. Look at, this is the item I'm buying. And this item, look at it, they have written here, 1,000 pounds. If you don't say to me, I will see you, you cannot see them. Why? Because the catalog is not an offer. It is invitation to trade. You were invited to come and make an offer which they may or may not accept. So that is what the catalog is. You can also have the tailor's catalog. That one too, you can have beautiful dresses inside. It can be any kind of dress. See? You can be wedding dresses. It can be any kind. Beautifully designed with the prices there. That is a catalog. If you saw it and the same way you wanted to buy, the price that if they take that is not it. Remember, all that I'm saying here is that in the catalog that you saw, they are not making an offer, but they are inviting you to come and make an offer. So if the price you want to pay, which is even inside, contradicts with what they want to take, you cannot sue them. If you have even traveled to London to buy it, and they told you that it was not that amount, £1,000, you cannot say you are suing them for loss of time because they have made an offer and they didn't set you. They were not making an offer. It was a mere invitation to trade. So that is that. Another thing that was also there was display of goods in a shop window. If you enter somebody's shop and they have displayed goods there, like you go to supermarket and other places, they have displayed beautifully their goods there. They are not making an offer. So if you went and you picked something, they were not making an offer. You pick it, you come to the person, you want to buy. Sales will only take place when the person takes your money. It means the person has accepted. You are making the offer. So when you go to shops and they have displayed goods, they are not making offer, but they are inviting you to come and make an offer. There is a case to support that. The display of goods. The fact that display of goods is not an offer, but a mere invitation to trade. And that is Fisher versus Bell. There is a case, Fisher versus Bell, in 1961. Now, what is this case about? Now, don't forget, now if I ask you who is the plaintiff, you should be able to tell me. If I ask you who is the defendant, you should be able to tell me. What is the background of the case? Now, in this case, there was a law, and that law barred people to sell offensive weapons to children. So it was illegal to sell offensive weapons to children. Then, a retailer, that is Bell, the defendant, is the retailer, was prosecuted. Now in law, when you say you have prosecuted somebody, I hope you understand it. He was arrested and sent to court for displaying flick knife. The retailer displayed, displayed flick knife, and he was prosecuted. The law said sales of offensive weapon was prohibited, or that was sales of offensive weapon to children was prohibited. And he was arrested for displaying flick knife. Now, flick knife was among weapons that were considered as offensive, and that was why he was arrested. When it went to court, it was held that the display of the flick knife was not sales of flick knife to children. It is only when a child goes to the shop, the child picks the flick knife, goes to the desk, gives the money, they pick the money from the child. That is where sales has taken place. So the plaintiff failed. Nothing happened to him. They made him go free. Why? Because display of the flick knife was not sales of it. Okay. So that is for that one. So we are finished with number 1. Let's move to number 2. Invitation for tender. Invitation for tender. That is also not an offer. It is invitation to trade. What is tender? Now, flip through newspapers. Then you see headings like tender. Tender. When you see tender, what does that mean? Now, when somebody places tender in a newspaper, that means they are inviting people to come and tell them the terms under which they are going to render that service or sell goods or supply materials. So a tender is an invitation to the public.